buildings, shops, and restaurants, people and traffic. A street is the heartbeat of a city. Here a door opens on local life. History is brought into the present. Travelogue takes you on a tour of the streets of some of China's towns and cities. Travel with Travelogue.
Hey, I finally found it! Welcome to Travelogue, and welcome to Xitang. I'm Chen Yin. This is one of our stops in our street series. However, there's really no streets in the traditional sense. Look around and you'll see rivers and lanes and ceiling corridors. Some people might think that Xitang is just an ordinary water village, but if you take a closer look, you'll find something extraordinary. In a time long ago, paradise existed on Earth. There, the water shimmered like glass when rays of sunshine spread across its surface. Today, there is Xitang, a small, mystical town of Zhejiang province. It's a typical water town with over 1,000 years of history. 9 rivers run through the town, while over 100 bridges reconnected into one entity. Although its scale is small, the picturesque scenery will captivate any visitor. My legs are so tired from crossing all these bridges. There's so many. Take a look over there. There's stone bridges, there's beam bridges, so many different types and sizes. I don't know if I can take much more of this. Let's go. Xitang has a lot of water, and so obviously there are bridges to go with them. Bridges are an important part of the past, since most of them were originally constructed during the Qing and the Ming dynasties. A total of 104 bridges enliven the landscape like rainbows over the water. Daily life revolves around the bridges, and many people have lived the same way they have for years. The bridges take you back to the past, when folklore and legends were shaped. One famous bridge is Songzilai Fengqiao, and the tradition is that crossing the bridge will bring one many sons and daughters. The bridge is also famous because the elderly and their young sons and daughters travel here every weekend to sing and listen to opera. This brings a smile to everyone's face. Among the faces, you may notice the many elderly people strolling the corridors and relaxing by the water. These folk live simple lives, going about their daily routines, playing with their grandchildren, and chatting with each other. They are an integral part of the community and bear witness to the passing of the years. This river is called Shaoxianggang, Burning Incense River. Such a strange name, right? Well, actually, it's because around Chinese New Year time, a lot of people will gather around the banks of the river and pray to the god. What do they pray for? Well, anything. Fortune, prosperity, even babies. Actually, there'll be so many people here that there'll be a huge haze of smoke all around this river. Under the bridges runs the flowing water. In Xitang, water is the source of life. Sailing through this liquid street, you can appreciate Xitang for its beauty and deep-rooted culture. The town maintains many well-preserved architectural structures from the day of the emperors. Thus, many scholars study the town and its rich history. The slow-moving ripples, like the wrinkles of an old woman's face, leave traces of the deep-rooted past. There's so many bridges in Xitang, but right now I found the smallest one. Be careful. Perhaps from the tops of larger buildings, you may witness the black tiled roofs of the local residences. These bricks and tiles are a special decorative element of Xitang, but possess huge cultural significance. From afar, the tiles seem like one fixed roof, but they can actually be taken apart piece by piece. Tiles were not only on households, but also the ceiling corridors of the storefronts. The ceiling corridors were a place of business, since residents and merchants could buy fresh produce straight from the boats sailing in the river. Each merchant built the ceilings over the stone plank road in front of their shop, which connected to form a long, winding corridor. Oh, if you're coming to Xitang, one important thing you want to bring is a camera. And don't forget the film. But if you're running low, you can always buy some at one of the many shops here. You can buy toys, souvenirs, and even art. This artist is so familiar with the landscape that he has the images imprinted in his mind. He doesn't need to take a single look. Wow, it's gorgeous. 您画一幅这个需要多长时间？
这个快一点嘛，半个小时。
It takes about half an hour to make one of these. 那您画的是哪儿？
这个画我们Xitang有名桥，那就前面。
真的啊？
哎，你过去看看吧。
Oh, wow. This is gorgeous. Look at this. It looks unreal. Exactly the same. Now, no trip is complete without a taste of the local foods. So lucky for me, street food is always in season here. One famous pastry is the tabian. It's gone from the table in an instant, but making it certainly takes much more effort. Nice and hot. Now I'm going to make one. You ready? Okay. So, you take one of these balls made of wheat and a special kind of plant. Roll it up, and then you dig a hole in the middle, like that. Okay? And then you put the sesame paste. Get some sesame paste here. Put it in, black sesame. And finally, you close it up. Ta-da! Isn't she a beauty? So unique. Taking her home. If you come to Xitang, make sure you watch the sunset and stay for the evening, when darkness falls. Open your eyes and you will find the entire town lit up by a string of lanterns. The moon, lanterns, combined with the flickering lights from households, provides a dim and romantic environment as a calmness settles across the water. If you're lucky, you might also catch the folk opera on the water stage, and you can quietly listen to the graceful notes of the singers as you enjoy your fragrant tea. The hours of the night seem to quickly disappear. Rise and shine, it's a brand new day. Take a look at where I slept last night. Right here on this bed. It's not really soft, but it was pretty comfortable. And look how much time they spent making this bed back in the day. If you look around on top, you'll see little engravings of folklore stories and myths and things of the past. Oh, and I want to show you something else. Look at this. All these containers, you can put your clothes in here, you can put cookies, you can put shoes, anything you want. And also, my favorite thing of all, come here. This right here, can you guess what it is? Take a good look. Ta-da! It's a toilet. I am not a morning person, but it's impossible to stay in bed in Xitang. In the wee hours of the morning, you can find residents getting an early start on the day. By the water, you can see residents doing their laundry, washing their toilets, and starting up the fire. This is a time when the town belongs completely to the residents, unbothered by tourists and outsiders. By noontime, the streets become packed. It's so crowded over here, I can't even get through. This lane is so narrow, it's only fit for one person. Any more than that, this is what you get. Many cultural structures have disappeared with time, but these lanes have remained, playing a huge role in the everyday lives of the residents. Years of weathering have only brought them to their full glory. The most famous lane is Shipi Lane, or the Skin of the Stone Lane, because of its 216 thin paving stones. The lane is only 68 meters long and a mere 1 meter wide. It's so narrow, you can only see a sliver of the sky above. Two neighbors who open their windows from the narrowest part could virtually hold hands. This is an example of a lane within a residence. It's dark and scary.